Okay, we are live now. So welcome everyone. As of now, I can see that not a lot of people are there, but it's okay. Whenever they are going to join. They will be seeing this older one. हाँ ये concurrent viewers आ गए हमारे पास. Okay, for all the viewers, you can always write down your names or maybe say a little bit hi to us guys. So good morning everyone again, and this is Ashutosh Yadav from Designer Monkey, and I'm a branding strategist and a designer by default. And today I'm coming up with a very good friend of mine, Yogesh Udgire, who is the director of IDM, and he's been giving a lot of lectures, a lot of values to institutes, students, entrepreneurs across the globe for approximately 26 years, and have won many awards. Literally, there's a lot of things to know about Yogesh. Let's hear a little bit from him. Yogesh, आप थोड़ा सा बता दें कि इतना सारा चीज़ है आपके बारे में बताने के लिए कि मैं चाहता हूँ कि दो लाइन आपके तरफ से हो जाए.
Yes, good morning, everybody. What I would like to say is just 2 points. What matters is what is it that you love? And second, whenever there are challenges, how you take up on dealing with those challenges in life or in business. So, being an engineer coupled with a management degree, backed with an experience for working 10 years in a public sector undertaking, that is central government of India, and then had a brief startup venture at IIT Bombay with my colleagues. And I have been enjoying my journey on the entrepreneurship domain. Moved on to the digital marketing when it was earlier, it was not called as digital marketing, it was more on IT part of it. Now it is the terminology, people and new terms are coming up. I'll tell more about as we proceed. Thanks, Ashutosh.
Yeah. Hello. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, Ashutosh, we can hear you.
Yeah, actually there was a little voice crack. Can you explain that once again? थोड़ा सा फिर से बता दिए. थोड़ा सा voice आपका बंद हुआ था बीच में.
Okay. Now is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So what I said is I'm an engineer coupled with a management degree. Initially, I had a work experience with the government of India undertaking. So 10 years I worked. Later, I was part of startup venture at IIT Bombay. That is how my entrepreneurship journey has commenced. And what's more important is how you enjoy the journey. Because when the journey starts, the challenges keep on coming. And how do you deal with those challenges? How you prepare yourself for the journey and how you deal with those challenges. That's most important. And India is slowly moving towards the top slot of the startup domain. We are already number 3 in the startup domains, also with regards to the unicorns, number of startups. And I am seeing soon will be number 1 position. And this journey, along with all of you, will be much more exciting, much more adventurous, because it's a teamwork that we all are will be doing. Thanks a lot, Ashutosh.
Yeah, it's actually amazing to see a lot of his works. I'll be putting the links of his websites and some of his work under the description. Let's start the session with again like 30 places to promote your business for free. See, uh, whenever we say free, that's in India, it's an amazing thing. It has been a marketing tactics for like many years now. Uh, Free means we want to get that thing. We want to invest that more often. Like this is what being Indian means, and being a young entrepreneur means definitely we are gonna do that. So this particular session is for entrepreneurs, businesses, students, as well as the experts who are going to who wants to learn more about marketing and digital marketing and digital platforms specifically. Uh, we are going to start with the free sessions. Then we will always jump in to some more advanced sessions where if you are a expert, if you are already providing values to the clients, if you are already providing you are having a team, so it's gonna be an amazing journey. So let's see, 30 places to promote your business. It's already there, from Facebook page to Quora. There are a list, and I guess all of you might be able to see all the list. Let me show you on my screen as well. Where is that? Okay, now I guess now you can see on the
The screen
screen.
is not visible, Ashutosh.
Not for you, but for the viewers, it's
For
visible.
YouTube. Okay.
Uh-huh.
For people on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood.
Okay. Let me all tell you one small story. Again, I really like stories all the time. Uh, Let me go back to the previous display. Okay. So, whenever we start a journey, like we start our colleges, we start our lifestyle, we always go for the cheap stuffs. We always go for the cheaper T-shirts and the clothes, and to save some money. We always go for some simple restaurant or हमेशा जो is like the small restaurants or the side park restaurants. But as soon as we get married, as soon as we get some kids, it's really irresponsible for us to continue with that lifestyle. Do you agree, Mr. Yogesh?
Yes, Mr. Ashutosh. So people have to understand two dimensions. One is free availability is one part of it, but having a mindset where without putting in efforts, we want to get the outputs. That is called as a free mindset. So we see now the air that we breathe is free of cost available to us. There is no how much you can breathe, it is freely available. So the air that we require for the body is freely available. Now, also some people think that the free misnomer is used by a lot of marketers to manipulate the potential customer. So what I want entrepreneurs is not to get trapped into the domain word or into the keyword called as free. See, you cannot build six-pack abs freely. You need to work it out and you have to consistently work it out. ऐसे नहीं होता है कि मैं एक दिन जिम में जाऊं और मेरा लाइफ टाइम मैं फिट हूं, मैं एक दिन हेल्दी खाना खाऊं और लाइफ टाइम फ्री. No, you will have to put in consistent efforts. So the right efforts, the consistent efforts have to be there. So what we mean free here is you don't have to pay money for those tools. So what we are bringing for the startups, for the small entrepreneurs or the medium scale entrepreneurs or the self-employed people is these are the free tools. For it, you don't have to pay for the tools, but you will have to learn the mechanism of the tools. You have to learn how to apply those tools to get results for you. So that is what we mean by free here. And we are not charging for our time also here. We are telling you the processes to use those tools, the techniques to use those tools, and the results that we have got using those tools. तो हम लोग इधर ज्ञान की बात बिल्कुल नहीं कर रहे हैं. हम लोग ये सिंपल रिजल्ट्स की बात कर रहे हैं. So our invitation to all the startups and entrepreneurs here is simple: get results. And for getting results, you don't have to pay. Just learn, apply the techniques, and get the results. That's all. Over to you, Ashutosh.
Yes, that's a very very valid points. We are going to do that only. हम यहाँ पे बहुत टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट्स की ही बात करेंगे. हम स्टेप बाय स्टेप एंड स्टेजेस की बात करने वाले हैं यहाँ पे. जैसे स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द फेसबुक पेज, देन गोइंग फॉरवर्ड मैं उसको पूरा रीड आउट कर लेता हूँ. लेट मी स्विच द डिस्प्ले अगेन. ओके ओके. Facebook page, then Facebook groups, Facebook live, Facebook stories, Facebook events, Facebook watch parties. Facebook पहले हमने रखा है क्योंकि Facebook is very easy, सब यूज़ करते हैं. Now I want everyone to generate some amount of currency out of it, some amount of traction out of it, some amount of influence out of it. Then Messenger, definitely. फिर Instagram stories, Instagram reels, Instagram post, Instagram lives, and then YouTube shorts, blogs, guest blogging, LinkedIn posts, LinkedIn messages, email marketing, affiliate marketing, Twitter Spaces, short video platforms, host a podcast, Pinterest, WhatsApp Business, Fiverr, Snapchat, host a webinar, Google My Business, and last, Quora. Quora is a very amazing platform. Whenever you ask something online, Quora is going to tell you, and how is going to tell you is like there are a lot of people like us who answer those questions, who have been through those situations before. So that's a very amazing platform where you can add values and help people, because people always want to be helped. They don't want to be sold. Always keep that in mind. People want to be helped. They don't want to be sold. So help those people, provide values, and definitely you are going to get a lot of business and traction and influence out of it. So this session is going to be in parts. There will be many consecutive parts, most probably 26 to 30, depending upon how many sessions and how many topics we choose for a particular one session. Every session will be 1 hour only. This session is an introductory session. We are going to tell you a lot of things about the industry and how it actually process today, and we are going to start our session along with one small worksheet. Each and every after each and every session, we'll put the link of that worksheet in the description below, so that you can go to the to our website and check all the details out there. And if you have any questions, ask them in the chats below. And whoever is watching as of now, say hi. Once again, I am Ashutosh and Yogesh Udgire from ITM. Let's start the session. So firstly, we'll be bifurcating all of our session into two segments. One segment is going to be the individual centric only, so that you can by individual efforts you can start doing a lot of activities. Second will be a team effort, so individual and team. Yogesh, can you tell me a little bit about how can we judge how much work we should do individually and in a team, and how should we pick up our team if we want to grow our business or our influence digitally?
All right. So as we are into the digital domain, most of the time, startups and people who are small entrepreneurs, there is always constraint of budget. And when there is constraint of budget, we want to do all the things by ourselves. Nothing wrong in that. But for a post, now we are starting today's session from Facebook. So what are the platform is there? The source of the content is the attractiveness of the content. So how powerful is your content? Now, as you start your journey, we cannot master creating powerful, attractive content at the start itself. So for creating the content, now content is what? It can be a simple text, a simple tweet, or an article, or an image or a photograph or a reel that you prepare or a video bite that you prepare or a simple podcast message, audio message that you have. So all these are types of various types of contents. Now, depending on the platform that you are choosing, you have to prepare a content. Now, why is it that essential? Is because human beings love communication. And in this digital world, irrespective of the company is known by the content. So any company that you have, when I say Mercedes Benz, the type of communication that the Mercedes Benz, Reliance, Tata, LIC, Government of India, even if I say Prime Minister Modi, so all of us know the brand, the person, the country by the content that is there. So the content is vital for this part also. Now, initially, we have challenges with regards to the content, how to create an attractive content. So there is a process for that. There are tools for that also. The first part of the tool is your content attractive? Now, since we're going to do with Facebook page, Ashutosh, can we start with Facebook page?
Which Facebook? Any random Facebook page or mine?
Yeah, yeah. Any random Facebook page. You can show yours also. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So, as Ashutosh is going to display the Facebook page, I'll share two things what are essential. The first part is, as we are talking about the content, the attractiveness. So, content preparation is one part of it. And once the content is prepared, how the content is going to perform on those platforms, that's the second part of it. So, we will do two parts. So, first part is preparation of the content, and second is after posting, what is going to happen on the content part of it. So, attractiveness is one vital part. So, is your content attractive? Is it getting those eyeballs that is required? Now, Facebook is a business enterprise. So, earlier, there are three domains on the Facebook also. We have our Facebook profile. All individuals, they have their Facebook profile. These profiles have the limitations of 5,000 connections, and we keep posting those things. As a business entity, we have Facebook pages which are there. So a business or a brand, they come up with pages because there's no limitation and it is specifically meant to serve those brands or those businesses. Then we have Facebook groups. Ashutosh has already told you. So here we are talking about the Facebook page. Now here, if you see, Ashutosh has shown you one of the pages which is there of Digital Transformation Academy, that the business. Now, this page, by virtue of Facebook's algorithm, the reach means how much the content is going, moving faster. So that depends on several factors. So the first factor is the number of followers the page has. So as a startup or as a new business, as a small business, normally the challenge is that people don't have much. The community is weak. The community is small. So the number of followers is also small. And by virtue of Facebook algorithm also, it restricts the number of reach. It doesn't go more than 2-3% of those followers that you have. But vice versa, if you have your own profile as an individual, there it reaches out to more number of people because Facebook knows that it's an individual out there. But here, when it comes, it's a business entity which is there.
Yogesh?
So what you, yeah,
Yeah. What we are going to do here is like whenever to all the guys here, whenever we talk a lot of technical stuff, the session goes boring. So everyone have copy and pencil so that they can write down the points we are going to mark it out. From next time, what we'll do, we'll be creating a dashboard where we'll be putting live pointers also. So from here in the Facebook session, whatever we have gained is number one, we need a proper Facebook page or Facebook position where we put the content. So content is the king. Write down the one first point, content. So there we'll be doing a lot of content planning. And second, what Yogesh has said is like traction, like number of people involved in your activities. The involvement may be with the likes, involvement maybe with the comments, involvement maybe with the clicks, or going into the links or whatever you are providing the channel with, that engagement. So number two is engagement or interactions. Engagement slash interaction. Interaction. Please go ahead, Yogesh. I'll be pointing out the pointers as you go along.
Good. Thanks, Ashutosh. Now, as Ashutosh said, content is the king. I'll just tweak it a bit. The value creating content is the king. It's not any content isn't a king. So I'll explain it much more. If you get a call on your mobile, do you want to buy a loan? Do you want a credit card? Do you want to buy a flat? Of course, which you don't require at that juncture. So that content is not a king. If you get harassed by the people, if you get unwanted emails in your inbox, if you get unsolicited things, or if you get a salesperson who is behind you to buy a book when you go out to the shopping. So all those are contents, but those are not desirous contents. So a content which creates value for a person, that's a king. And it has to be relevant also. Good. Now this content, and it's not, one cannot master it immediately. It takes its own time. So what we say is the power of the content depends on how much the magnetic power the content has. Magnetic power of the content is how fast it can attract the attention of the people. So if you see all the showrooms, when you go shopping on the street, you will see there are glow signs, there are glass facades. So the hotels which are there. So if you see, all the things are done to attract our eyes so that our attention should go there, and it should tempt us to walk in into those things, be it shopping, be it food, wherever you go. Even if you go to a small person who's selling vegetables, you will see those vegetables which are cleaned properly, arranged properly, they attract more visitors. So we as human beings, we like things which are neat, which are clean, which are properly arranged. The same thing happens. Now most of the people will be having a question is, why Facebook page? Why we should create a Facebook page? Now the reason for that is Facebook has three products. So one is the Facebook, second is the Instagram, and third is the WhatsApp. Facebook has integrated all these three products, and currently the three combined have more than, it is said that 200 crore people are there which are using these three products together. So out of the 700 crores people, the 7 billion people who are there on earth, 7 plus billion, more than 2 billion people are already using these products. What are those products? Either a Facebook or an Instagram or WhatsApp, or maybe all the three. So whenever we start a business, you know that since traditional times, business is started in the marketplace. So Facebook has become the virtual de facto marketplace for all of us because the people are there, and people are there. So we need to be, our business needs to be visible there. So for that visibility, so the first stage that we know that we are going to deal is with the visibility on the platform. So we should be visible because our target group, our potential customers, they are there already on the Facebook. And that's why we as a business entity need to be visible on Facebook. And for visibility on the Facebook, we need to create good content. We need to post it regularly. So that will enhance our visibility. I'll give you one more example of visibility. All of us are part of WhatsApp group. And in most of the WhatsApp group, there are several people. Maximum is, I think, 256, 257 is the number of people who are there. Now, who is visible amongst all those 257 members? People who ask questions, people who post content. The rest of them are just idly sitting out there. Sorry. So unless and until you scroll through those people and you take your efforts and you start interacting with them, then only you can know. But who are the maximum people visible is people who are asking questions, people who are sharing something are the only people visible on the WhatsApp group. The same analogy applies here. What is that analogy is? For your own visibility on Facebook, you'll have to create attractive content. You'll have to post it. And the other part of using Facebook is social media is the only channel in the world which has the power of virality. What I mean by virality is if there is a content which people like, people can comment, people can like your content or dislike it, people can share your content. So, virality is the major factor which is not available apart from social media platform to any other platform in the world. So, be it Facebook, be it Instagram, be it YouTube, or be it LinkedIn, be it Twitter. So these are a few powerful social media platforms where the virality is there. So why choose Facebook is first thing we told you, it's free of cost tool. Second thing, it's easy. You don't have to go and attend maybe a 6 months training program to understand, learn the Facebook. It's as simple as all of us have learned WhatsApp. The third thing is there are a lot of support things which are there. So we'll come up with that. There is a creative studio which is there to help and plan the content part of it. As we go ahead, we'll deal in detail with all those tools which are there in the Facebook. And most important, which I told you, the marketplace is there. The people are there. Integration is possible. So the tools are there. So it makes all these factors make Facebook a preferred choice for entrepreneurs, people who are startups, people who are into small businesses. So these factors make it a great choice. Over to you, Ashutosh.
Yeah, as you were speaking, I organized all your thoughts and your values into a chart. Can you see on the screen? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
So,
Ashutosh.
so I put the virality on the content as well because it's related to the content. There are only two things: content and engagement and interactions. Like you, when you just like the feedback, I asked Yogesh like आपको सुनाई दे रहा है कि नहीं, then he replied yes सुनाई दे रहा है. So it's like that. We put content, we say something, and then we get feedback. It's just a closed loop. It's we do something and we get a feedback and we improve on it. So this is the only way to go. The content and engagement slash interaction. We always say engagement slash interaction because if you're not interacting with them, it's not a to and fro value exchange. It's not gonna work because it's not like like they are a product to them. No, they are person, they are people. You need to put on some values for them so that they are going to subscribe you in the future. The value is the game, value is everything. And then again, it has to be viral, it has to be latest. Virality is since we are into a content business, we have seen virality has to do with being latest as well. If you're not latest with the trends, it's not going to be viral. There are very few virality instances which are not exactly up to date, but you can see some or the other kind of aspect of the cultural aspect which is in tune with the generation, the latest generation who are actually more visible on the platform. For example, uh, as of now in India, there are more youths than the elderly people. You agree, Yogesh?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So everyone is working on the youth. So when we say everyone and when we say the similar kind of platforms, there is a competition. So there comes a proper channelized strategy. So here I'll put down one strategy as well. So this is the content and engagement. Then there is a planning. So planning is the part of how good we are designing the content and how well we are providing the values. How well कहने का मतलब ये है कि like आपने कुछ कहा और सामने वाले को समझ नहीं आया, no, it's not gonna work. So how well you put your values is also important. Put down, write down all these things. आप ये सब नोट डाउन करते जाइए क्योंकि सेशन जैसे आगे बढ़ता है भूल जाते हैं सब. That's a very normal tendency. So the value and viral. After this chart ना आप इस चार्ट को जो भी कंटेंट या कुछ भी डिज़ाइन करते हैं इस चार्ट के साथ में मैच करिए कि इज इट इवन मैचिंग और नॉट. तो ये इसके साथ में एक वो भी लिख देता हूँ. इट शुड बी इन ट्यून्ड. It should be in tune with understanding. If the person is not understanding the concept, then it's literally worthless. So understanding is a very very important value, as well as that consists a virality factor कि वो viral हो नहीं सकता if someone is not accepting that particular concept. So first understanding, then what he has to do should be very very clear and very very simple. जैसे Facebook is very simple. Facebook have worked years and years on improving their user interface. आप पहला वाला Facebook देखेंगे तो it was very cluttered, it was very basic. वो स्टैनफोर्ड के लिए इन्होंने बनाया था. स्टैनफोर्ड के लिए या हार्वर्ड के लिए, I forgot. स्टैनफोर्ड I guess, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
हाँ, okay. I have a tendency of forgetting things. So उसके बाद उन्होंने उसको इम्प्रूव करते गए और राइट नाउ दे हैव मैनी पीपल वर्किंग ऑन स्मॉल buttons or animation of that click. So it's like that only. You have to improve. It should be a closed loop. Content which should be having values so that the people can understand, and from there you get visibility and then engagement. It's a closed loop. It's an amazing closed loop, and then there you actually understand things as well. मैं इसका एक फ्लो डायग्राम भी अगर बोलूँ तो मैं एक बनाता हूँ.
Ashutosh will make it more simple.
Okay.
So I'll share people. There are 3 stages as we go on the social media. The first stage, as I have already told you, is called as visibility. So wherever you are, be it WhatsApp group, be it any social media platform, be it your offline networking platform like BNI or any business networking, maybe Lions Club or Rotary or whatever you use. So the first part is the visibility part of it. So visibility is the first step. The second step is, once the visibility is there consistently, the second stage is called as credibility. Credibility is how your content is engaging with the people. So how many likes you get, how many comments you get, how people are sharing your content. That becomes the second part of it. Credibility is the performance. When there are people who say, okay, I have taken his product or service and it is amazing. So that is an endorsement. There is a recommendation for your service amongst in the public domain. So people will start giving you credibility. So your customers will start giving you the credibility. So credibility keeps on increasing. So first step is visibility. Second step is credibility. And as credibility increases, it normally results down to profitability. So it's a simple stage that we will be following it. Visibility. So make your visibility, make it more attractive, make it more powerful. Now it's not going to happen overnight, I'm telling you. So for visibility on social media, it will take you minimum 3 months plus time. Why I'm saying minimum 3 months is, you need to build, and social media is not for selling your product or service. Your content has to be more informative for them, more educative for them, more engaging for them. So normally we follow the 80-20 principle. 80% of the content that we post on social media is education, is information for our target people. Only 20% is our product or services related. So because social media per se is not for exclusively promotion. So exclusive promotion is there on your website, but social media, people won't get engaged with you. People like to learn, people like to understand. They are at different parts. So normally we say our potential customers, there are some people who don't have an immediate need of buy. There are some people who have immediate need of buy. So normally we call it as hungry buying audience. Hungry buying audience is those who have hunger for that product. Buying means they have a purchasing capacity for that. So how many? So there are, for hungry buying audience for any business, there are people who are very less, maybe 7 to 10% people who are immediately want that product or service. So we call it as hot leads. In our parlance, marketing parlance, it is called as hot lead. Hot lead is the hungry buying audience who immediately want the product and service. उनको बहुत ज्यादा भूख लगी है, उनके पास पैसा है, दे दो. Now अभी भूख लगी है, पैसा दे दो. So what is your product or service that you're selling? See, if you say, I'll give you a small analogy. I stay in Mumbai. So in Mumbai, there is a tea which is available on the streets of Mumbai. The cutting chai is available at 10 rupees. At any nukkad, if you go, any small lanes, so the tea is available at 10 rupees on the streets. Same way, if you go to a small restaurant, the same tea is available at 30 bucks, where you can sit comfortably, there is a place to sit, there's a fan. If you move to an air conditioner room in that same restaurant, the tea will go for 50 rupees. If you move to Starbucks, the tea may go up to 250 rupees. And there's a 5-star hotel next to that. The tea will go for 500 bucks in the 5-star hotel. So the tea is the same. Just assume it. Tea as a product is the same. So what is it that you are selling? So who's your customer? So if you're selling a tea, 10 rupees tea, you need to be on the street. If you're selling a 30 rupees tea, you need to be a restaurant, small restaurant. Are you a Starbucks? You're selling 250 rupees tea, or are you a 5-star hotel? You're selling a 500 rupees tea. So that whole range is possible. So in each and every domain, there's the same range. Even if you take in the cars domain, Nano is available and Mercedes-Benz Ferrari is also available. So who's your customer? So there's a business for all of us. So even if you go to the clothes part, the shoes part, the houses part, any product, any service that you take, all these varieties are available, all these ranges are available. So it is the first part what an entrepreneur or a small business owner needs to do is identifying who is my potential customer. So identification of that potential customer will help in a long way. Now, why am I telling that identification of potential customer is crucial? Because as we post on our Facebook, you must have seen there are people who tag some people and people who use hashtags. So tagging and hashtags are a combination of getting connected with those people, because when we are tagging those people and if by chance they comment, they share, they like the content, then the content is available to their connections also. So these hashtags and taggings are another crucial impediment. Then how you choose those tagging part of it, how you chose the hashtags is a crucial part of it. So identification of a potential customer also. So all these factors are there. Maybe we can have a separate session on the content part itself, how to prepare a content. And then there are content tools also. I would request Ashutosh, maybe we can include Canva, or maybe we can include Prezi, or there are a lot of Adobe tools also which are there. So where it helps us to create those contents, or even Facebook page has a content creator
Yes,
module.
definitely, we are going to add those things definitely. As of now, the two major questions we'll be asking is who's my target audience and what value I can add. It's always value. Like it can be a service, it can be a product, but it has to get some or the other kind of value so that the person gets benefit out of it, and then he might subscribe you. There is a very big market. There are billions of people out there. You just have to put on some proper value and they will get attracted. So here first we have established, it's already 42 minutes, established what exactly we are going to put on as our value, we are going to give you very straightforward, strategic advice on how you can put your content out there and engagement and feedback. We have taken an example from Facebook, but it actually goes up on across all the platforms. Generally all the platforms, some platform may have to, you know, add on some extra stuff, but 90% of the platforms are similar. uh, the type of content is different, but the content engagement and interaction and feedback loop will be similar, and will be bifurcating what comes under what domain, and we will be telling you the specific ways to do it and the specific tools to enhance all the experiences of your target audience. जैसे कानवा का इन्होंने बताया, कानवा we are going to get a session on Canva as well. We are going to get a session on a little bit on Photoshop, a little bit on that Adobe Spark as well, and there are a lot of content. As you can see, I am designing on PowerPoint presentation. You can design your content or PowerPoint presentation as well. I have demonstrated to some of my clients that we can design contents on PowerPoint. We can design videos. We can design posters. Let's say they can be Facebook posters. Even I have demonstrated reels via PowerPoint presentation as well. So any tool just has to be easy for you to understand, and that's it. So we have got approximately 15 minutes here. We'll be taking some questions, and I can see there are some viewers, not much. This is the first session, so yeah, that was intended. We have Treman Sahu here, and who else is there? We are going to get some questions. From next time onwards ना, मुझे examples बहुत पसंद है. So what we are going to do, we'll put down some examples as well, live examples. We'll be taking questions after the session as well. जो भी आपके questions हैं, जिन्होंने जो late join किए हैं, वो भी अपने questions इसमें भेजें. और इसमें आप questions नहीं भेज पा रहे हैं, तो I am going to give you one email ID. Put down your questions in this email ID, ashetosh@monkey.com. Put all your questions in this email ID, ashutosh@designermonkey.com, and we'll be in touch with you, and we'll be putting all those contents here. आप कोई भी क्वेश्चंस रिलेटेड टू द टॉपिक पूछ सकते हैं. दीज विल बी कंसेक्यूटिव सेशंस. तो आप एवरी वेडनेसडे मॉर्निंग 7 बजे आप हमको एक्सपेक्ट करें. पुट दैट ऑन योर कैलेंडर, एंड व्हाट विल बी पुटिंग ए कंटेंट कैलेंडर वेरी सून, कि जितने भी ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं, जितने भी ऑनलाइन टूल्स एंड टेक्निक्स होते हैं, उसका एक प्रॉपर कैलेंडर हम बना लें. दिस इज़ वेरी प्रिलिमिनरी सेशंस वी आर डूइंग. So we'll be inviting some other guys as well. Yogesh has got a very nice and fantastic team. So हम उनको भी invite करेंगे, and I've got some very nice animation experts with me here. जिनको भी जिनसे भी हम industry level sessions भी करने वाले हैं. और जब ये सारे sessions हो जाएंगे, then we'll be bifurcating the whole session into 3 categories: content, engagement, and how to receive a proper feedback channel and do analytics. तो मेरे ख्याल से हमको एक योगेश जी, एक एनालिटिक्स का भी एक सेशन हम कर सकते हैं.
Okay, you can add into that. अच्छा, इसमें से और एक चीज़ है, we already have groups of entrepreneurs by the name Business Growth Digitally के नाम से है. So we have a groups of 1500 plus on Telegram. We have on Facebook में भी ग्रुप है, LinkedIn में भी अपना ग्रुप है, same names. So those who are interested, we can add them there also.
Okay, can you tell me
You have
this.
So I will send them links. तो उनको अभी mail करने दो आपको, so they can request to you, and you can,
If they
you
want,
already
they
are
can
admin.
request me. Putting it out there for
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
is not
And you
beneficial.
can add them directly as you are already admin out there.
Right. Okay. So I guess
Cool.
हम जल्दी से quick revision कर लेते हैं. We don't have much time. Uh, in any platform, like it's not just Facebook. In any platform, we need content which should contain value and which adds to a virality. There are logic to virality. Logic in the sense something which is sensational के लिए you don't have to go vulgar, you don't have to go like haphazard. There is a mentality like आप ऐसा कुछ कर दें कि like people are mind boggling तो बहुत अच्छा होगा. No, not at all. See how this thing works is like the Facebook algorithm is designed by humans, and it has been driven in some particular direction by some individuals who want certain aspect in a country. मैं एक एग्जांपल बताता हूँ. टिकटॉक इंडिया में टिकटॉक बैन भी किया गया फॉर ए पर्टिकुलर रीज़न. बहुत अच्छा किया गया. In America and in other countries, TikTok में what we can see is like 70% vulgarity and 30% like news stuffs and people dancing, lot of things. In China, where it's actually originated, all these things get the secondary or might be tertiary seat. प्राइमरी इज़ द वैल्यूज़. लाइक वहाँ पे जो इंजीनियरिंग वीडियोज़ होते हैं, टाइम लैप्स वीडियोज़ होते हैं फॉर मेकिंग सम स्टफ, फॉर मेकिंग मैन्युफैक्चरिंग समथिंग और लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. तो वो क्रिएटिव जो एस्पेक्ट ऑफ ग्रोथ ऑफ ए सिविलाइजेशन है वो प्रेसिडेंट होता है. वहाँ पे कंट्री में वो सारी चीज़ें एल्गोरिदम ट्रैक करता है और वो पुश करता है, वो कंटेंट वो आगे दिखाना चाहता है. तो चाइना वांट्स टू ग्रो themselves in a one particular direction, and actually other countries in different particular direction. तो आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा. You don't have to be the slave of this trend. You can create your own trend. यहाँ पे instant वाली बात नहीं है. Instant is always a very harmful thing for a brand. मार्केटिंग एंड ब्रांडिंग में यही छोटा सा एक माइनर बोलना चाहिए सेटबैक होता है. व्हेन यू गो ऑन अ वेरी शॉर्ट टर्म एस्पेक्ट, इट्स मोस्टली फॉर मार्केटिंग, बट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इन अ लॉन्ग टर्म इट ऑलवेज हर्ट्स योर ब्रांड, बिकॉज अंडरस्टैंडिंग का एक कॉन्सेप्ट है. पीपल अंडरस्टैंड दैट यू आर डूइंग दीज cheap values and cheap virality aspects of your content, which will get you lesser and lesser respect among the general public. So content values, virality aspects, and how you put on the subject in a very simplistic and a very straightforward manner, and how you can get an engagement out of it. Like this is the feedback loop: content, then engagement and interaction. In engagement there is a visibility, how mostly you can be visible, and how regular uploads are there. Regularity is always there. हर algorithm चाहता है कि लोग उसके प्लेटफॉर्म पे रुके रहें, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अपना समय उस प्लेटफॉर्म पे दें. तो that's why the regularity of the content should always be there. So and then there is a feedback. तो हम फीडबैक पे भी बात करेंगे. पहले कंटेंट पे, फिर एंगेजमेंट एंड इंटरेक्शन में बात करेंगे. लास्टली विल बी वर्किंग ऑन फीडबैक कि हाउ टू चेक कि ये फीडबैक लूप आपका क्या रहा है. क्या लाइक्स फीडबैक है, क्या आपका लोग कमेंट्स कर रहे हैं वो एक फीडबैक है, और या तो फिर एंगेजमेंट आप बटन्स यूज़ करते हैं उसमें, व्हाट्सएप प्रेसिडेंट यूज़ करते हैं उसमें, आप यूज़ करते हैं कई बार बहुत सारी कंपनीज या इंडिविजुअल्स यूज़ करते हैं वेबसाइट्स को आफ्टर एनी फेसबुक और एनी इंस्टाग्राम और एनी सच प्लेटफॉर्म, सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स. उनका लैंडिंग पेज में जंप होता है, वहाँ से फिर वो कहाँ जाते हैं. देयर इज़ अ हीट मैप, हीट सिग्नेचर्स and jump in value and people actually leaving the sessions. तो there are a lot of things to actually check and analyze. तो analytics का and feedback का भी एक हम session यहाँ रखेंगे. So ultimately it has to be a journey. आप यहाँ पे सीख रहे हैं. It's never like कि आप 15 days में और 10 days में सीख जाए. योगेश जी, how long have you been like 26 years में, how long have you been actually working and how long have you been spreading the message?
Right. So you can say it's almost 16 years I have been involved into this spreading the message. So before that also, though I was working in a central government company, but still there also I used to take training sessions for my operators and technicians out there. There used to be a lot of people from other industries also used to come. So training comes to me as a passion. So I love interacting with people. I love with them. And most important here is next time what I would love to have the session is the choice of platforms. See, most of the time what entrepreneurs are doing or the startups, the mistake that they are making is they are getting unnecessarily on all the platforms. So somewhere down the line, it has entered our psyche that we need to be there. So just to, for example, since last 1 year, since the lockdown, I'm revamping my website. I have closed on my website. So almost a year now, my website is not working, but still it has not gone my business down. So people wonder, यार तेरा website नहीं फिर भी धंधा कैसे होता है? Now that is the point which I want to tell. So website or a platform presence is like a visiting card. The visiting card is not going to get you the business. So people need to understand which is the platform that I should go. So that is the part which we'll be doing. So we'll be covering the crucial elements out here, which will understand what exactly is required for you to get into the growth mode. That's what we'll be discussing out here.
एक और पॉइंट आपने बहुत अच्छी कही कि लाइक वी नीड टू चेक. यहाँ पे दो एस्पेक्ट है. लाइक क्या आपको अच्छा लगता है उस प्लेटफॉर्म पे जाना है, विच एवर सूट्स योर स्टाइल बेस्ट. सेकेंड, which kind of content people are actually absorbing, in which kind of platforms you need to understand that as well. तो आप उस पर bifurcate करिए अपने आप को. These are the boundaries where I fit in very nicely, and then after you master that particular thing which comes very natural to you, then you can go on to others, but never go on to all the platforms once. It's like all the platforms at once. It's very dangerous, because after a while you will be overburdened with content creation. You will be exhausted with lot of engagement and interactions. आपको starting में शायद ना मिले, लेकिन जैसे ही मिलना शुरू हो जाएगा, you will start to fail to acknowledge all the aspects of interactions. तो इफ़ इंटरेक्शंस भी बहुत ज़रूरी है, कंटेंट तो ज़रूरी है, एंड साथ में फीडबैक. इफ़ यू नॉट चेकिंग द लूप एज वेल, बार बार यही बात हो रही है, कंटेंट, एंगेजमेंट स्लैश इंटरेक्शंस, फीडबैक. तो ये जितना सिंपलिस्टिक और जितना इजी आप रखें, जितना ही बोलना चाहिए फोकस्ड रखेंगे, उतना ही आपके लिए ज़्यादा अच्छा होगा. नेक्स्ट टाइम व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू इज़ लाइक हम स्पेसिफिक एक्शन प्लान एंड वर्कशीट के साथ आएंगे. उस वर्कशीट को आप सामने में लाइक वीडियो देखते हुए भी कर सकते हैं, देखने के बाद भी आप उसको एक्सपीरियंस कर सकते हैं, खुद से करके देखना है. इफ़ यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू डू दिस, व्हाई बॉदर कमिंग टू आवर सेशंस? यू हैव टू डू इट बाय योर ओन. और उसके बाद आपको एक लिंक भी इसमें नीचे मिल जाएगा, जिसमें आप क्लिक करके आप उसको डाउनलोड भी कर सकते हैं और उसको शेयर भी कर सकते हैं दूसरों के साथ में. इट्स वेल एस्टैब्लिश कंटेंट, वेरी इजी, very effective. So it's 7:56 now. There is no questions as of now. So see you guys. Thank you very much. Let me stop the share. कुछ योगेश जी आपको कुछ ऐड करना है तो we have 3 minutes here.
Sorry. So what I wanted to add is 3 things for people. One is be a part of this journey with us. on every Wednesday, wherein we'll be sharing you and we'll be taking you on the growth journey and we'll be showing you the process. हम लोग इधर ज्ञान की बात नहीं कर रहे, हम लोग इधर demonstrate कर रहे, whatever we have done, and the speakers who are going to come here are also demonstrating the success stories what they have created. That's part one. Second part is what matters most for entrepreneurs is implementation. So unless and until you implement, there's no other way out. So that is implementation. And the third part is if you have any questions, please post into those groups. So there is a Telegram group, there is a Facebook group, there is a LinkedIn group, whichever platform. If you want to get connected on all of them, you are welcome for that. So share your queries, ask. We will reply to it. We will take some time depending on our availability, but we'll surely reply to it or we'll cover those answers out here. So let us create an ecosystem for growth wherein we are building this and taking it ahead forward. That's all what I wanted to share. Thanks a lot, Ashutosh. Thanks for your time. And thank you everybody for being here, listening to us patiently and giving us an opportunity to serve the Startup India initiative. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you everyone, and thank you Mr. Yogesh, and see you guys soon next Wednesday. Thank you.